to 5 years, and it's not cumulative. Cumulative in a sense, for us to upgrade you, where we say go grade 2, transfer a project value of 130,000. But we are simply saying, once we have reviewed, we got 80,000, 50,000, 130,000, we say go grade 2. Because currently it must be cumulative. It must be a copan. Total. So we are saying, what's a grade 1, what's another project to the company, of 130 over grade 2. We are currently want to regulate the private sector. Private sector, they are not being regulated by CIDB. They don't have to advertise their projects on the CIDB register. We want to go into that space to say projects that are the private sector that have a minimum of 10 million, they must also go through the CIDB register of projects. Tender briefings. The clients, as and when they start to implement the projects, one of the tender briefings. We are simply saying the tender briefings, they must only be done for complicated projects. The project is very simple. Let's also paving. Paving is simple. What the briefing for him, pave. So such simple projects, there is no need for attend the tender briefing. But complicated projects, then that clients can say contractors come for the tender briefings. And as the CIDB, we will be rolling out a build fund. The build fund is a CIDB fund that we are going to utilize to assist our contractors when they want to implement any construction projects. So in the future, as and when you start to implement any construction projects, Standard Bank, you will have an opportunity to also come to the CIDB or CIDB. I have this particular project. Can you also see how can you not assist us with the funds to implement this project? So these are the current amendments that we are currently engaged in terms of reviewing the current CIDB Act. Yeah, that brings me to the end of my presentation. Questions?
Any questions? Any requests for clarity before I go route and road maintenance project? I see 3 hands on this side. I'll take the gentleman at the back with a brown t-shirt. Then you will follow. The last one will be the gentleman in front here. Thank you.
Last time the company in the subcontractors. So renting to me until that side so the main company are just commission letter. So when the mulata rebata because of very road representative so because of great commission letter. So our commission letter the company who feed so CIDB on about the if the next commission letter, but it's really but commission letter. Thank you.
Nanti kita clarity budaya maximum value below like motaka khona re apply. Like for grade 1 as an example, 500,000 So are you saying if you have registered, you are going to say 500,000 minus 15%, and it, like you are arranging between that price? It will now around 425,000. So which means it will be done up until 425 now if receive it registered.
Thanks. Can I one suggestion and one question? Suggestion possibility for Sanral and CIDB was in terms of training. Sanral for the training is going to CIDB. How possible is it in terms of for the remaining 5 months for this current project? How possible is it for the regroup and the company for training related to this project for the both of you as Sanral and CIDB? The question again, I say for example, the company CIDB and NSBRC certificate. Does it mean already disqualified to apply this current tender because can they register already in SBRC or can I apply but not certificate is in SBRC because can I CIDB? Clarity on that, please.
Yeah, can I?
Is it lack of my understanding or young? Because what she said the questions I wanted to ask, how no buaga the amendment it's still the work in progress. Question how upgrade. Let's say for an example you want to move from grade 2 to grade 3. The financial statements and then there's also a threshold. So are you saying I must be in possession of an appointment letter for 450,000, or I can consolidate all the other appointments for me to get to the 400,000 for 450,000 to move to a higher grade? That is question number 1. And then question number 2, downgrade. What does the regulation say about downgrading of higher grades to lower grades? Because we find ourselves in situations where a lot of projects are because of contractors were appointed on the basis that they have capacity to deliver those projects, only to find out what has there. So what does the regulation say about downgrading from higher grades to lower grades? Thanks.
Yeah, let me respond, guys. Yeah, also the issue downgrading. There was a moratorium that was placed on the CIDB to say the CIDB is not the downgrading of contractors has been suspended. The downgrading of subcontractors has been suspended. That was a moratorium that was given to the CIDB. So currently we do not downgrade any contractor at the moment because of that moratorium that was put on the CIDB. In terms of the upgrading values, what I presented there was the current recommendations in terms of the amendment of the CIDB. But the current regulations, they still apply. For you to upgrade, a project of the value is specified in file. You don't combine them. The recommendation is once the act has been reviewed, the projects can be combined. The higher value, is that is the building that you can utilize to upgrade. But as it is, we don't, that is just a recommendation to review the current CIDP Act. Issue ya NHPRC versus CIDP. For you to implement a project in the construction industry, as will be required by the client. I agree the client ke yone advertiser magolo. The client e tle be bua gore rona re le JB Max, rona re le Sanral, we want contractors that are 4GB registered or 5GB registered. So you will not be appointed if you do not satisfy that criteria requirement as advertised by the client. So if you are registered for NHPRC, you will not be able to implement the project. A advertising a partner CITB registration. You want because you are NHPRC, you do not have the requirement as required by the client, the CITB. In terms of training, I've indicated how as CITB we facilitate training, but the only training that we facilitate is for contractors who have been appointed to implement any contractor development program. So if Sanral can say to us, CITB, here is a contractor development program that we are implementing. These are the number of contractors that we have appointed. We will be in a position to can look into that particular development program and facilitate the procurement of service provider to assist the contractors. Baba, appoint to Yeah, let me expand on that. 30% is not applicable anymore. There is no 30%. Those were 2017 regulations. What is currently happening is that the client's SCM policy, must take that into consideration. The client must say, na as Sanral, on their SCM policy, na as JB Max. Every time when I issue out the projects, it's at 20 million and above, we will appoint a subcontractor to the value of 30%, 40%, depending on the client's horobone babatla. So the issue of 30% is not applicable anymore, but it must be taken care of by the client's own SCM policy. In terms of the triple PFA, it's not applicable.
Okay. If you have changed your former business account and you want to upgrade to a higher grade and you are using a new bank account, how does you deal with SCIDB with this? Because now I heard you spoke about you will need financial statements, appointment letters, finishing letters. How do you work with this if you have changed your bank statement? I mean your business account.
Agree the financial statements, they are the financial statements of the business, not your bank statements. So when I about the finance, that is your income statement and your balance sheet.
Okay. And how do you go to your online CIDB online registration?
Can somebody assist me there? Online registration, how do you go about it? You log on to the CIDB website. www.cidb.org.za. It will take you steps. They have different categories. You simply go to contractor registration.
Okay, no, thank you very much. Ntate Mokgatla, kopa le motlapele matsoho. Ke batla re to the next presentation. Re spendile nako e telele on this presentation. A re reng route and road maintenance presentation, le tla botsa di question re kgone ho tswalla this our session. I note your hand. I'm saying let's go to route and road maintenance presentation. E jetswang ke our colleague Taban. Thank you.
Thank you. So my project is the routine road maintenance. So what the routine road maintenance does is that all of the projects that were presented to you are still projects that are coming, right? So they're going to do resale, they're going to do upgrades, but so long we need to take care of the infrastructure that we have, and that is what the routine road maintenance project does. And so at the moment, as you can see, it says provided by Siricon. They are They are the consultant and VIA is the contractor. Thank you. So we have the contents, the locality map, the work packages, the scope, progress, employment breakdown, and photos at the end. So if you can look on the locality map, so we have R54, we have R53, we have R500, we have R501. So as you can see, those are the highlighted red parts. And coming, not yet signed, but there is a gazette to include and extend the scope. So at the moment, the red roads that you see there, they add up to 178 kilometers. And there is an additional 18 kilometers that is being gazetted and will be signed. So in total, that will amount to 196 kilometers of routine road maintenance for Potchefstroom. Presented are the work packages. I can't really see it that far. So we have VIA Road Maintenance as the main contractor. We have Demo Trading, WVN, Seranga, Sizanele, Witikanelo, Bunolo Roadworks, and Naledi. And the contractor grading are shown in the third column. And what they do is shown in the category column. We have mainly, most of them are litter picking and general mow, with the exception of Bunolo Roadworks being general contractor and Naledi Construction being pavement layer works. So the scope summary, you can see there on top, you have all the roads summarized, which have N12, 16, 17, R53, R54, R500, R501, section 2 and 3. The commencement date of the project were November 2020, and it was for 36 months. Extension was granted until October 2024, which is end of next month. But we are looking at an extension to go up until the end of financial year. And the estimated value was 121 million. So the scope is mainly divided into two. We have a non-pavement and we have pavement. So non-pavement, in summary, if you can read it out. So it's all activities including any works outside of the road surface. So that will be clearing, side cap, grass cutting, vegetation control, that is the grass cutting, line marking and road signs repair and guardrail repairs. And then you have the pavement part of it. That is anything pertaining to patching and potholes repairs, edge brake repairs, edge drop repairs, and maybe inserting some edge beams where they are necessary. So we have the allocated budget and the expenditure. So for each year we have exhausted it, and obviously this year, the financial year has not yet come to an end, so we still have some outstanding budget. So on the summary of the progress, you see it's physical, it's financial, then there's time, and all of them are 100% because this project had already ended, but it was extended to end of next month, and now again to end of financial year. The targeted enterprises for contract participation goals, they were set at 50%, and we have hit that target. So the employment breakdown from that 8% that we have shown, it goes further into male, female, total youth. So we have 88.4% males, we have 11.6% female, 87.8% youth, male, sorry, and then we have 12.2% female for youth. This is just a summary of the work that goes into it. So we have grass cutting, bit of before and after pictures, road patching. So if you find that there's too many potholes in one area, so we replace them with a patch instead of just doing every pothole by itself. We have fencing. So the fencing mostly belongs to Sanral, but some of it can belong to local farmers. Culvert cleaning, so to make sure that the culvert do not sit with water. Ponding, we need to daylight the culvert, so we'll clear out to natural water course, so the water cannot sit within the water reserve, the road reserve. And that brings me to the end of my presentation for road maintenance.
Okay, thank you, Tabang. Ke bona le sa tlepe matsoho. Okay, ke bona the gentleman of Mr. Letsoho for any question. Go na le another question? Another hand I wanted to say. Okay, I'm seeing two hands. I'll give it to you, then the gentleman there. Okay.
You said the project was for 36 months and from 2020, but it's already 4 years. Is there any explanation for that?
Yes, the project did end and it was extended.
Extended?
Yes.
Because you know why I'm asking. I mean, if you give a person a project for 36 months, then he extended for 4 years. There should be reasons why.
Oh yeah, so we had a problem with our procurement. Internally, there was a time where Sanral couldn't really go out and to procure. We had indictment issues, so we were taken to court left, right, and center regarding our procurement policies were being challenged. Okay. And so, because we were in court dealing with it, we couldn't now go out on tender with policies that are being challenged. So we had to resolve the court case issues, and then after that, once we had the interim procurement policies, then we could appoint again from fresh. But other than that, we had to just continue the contracts that we had that were already appointed until we got to the end of it.
But there was no any additional scope, or was there any additional?
Well, obviously the additional scope will just be, I mean, it's RRM, it's maintenance. So we only fix what's broken. So there was no additional scope per se. We just had to keep on fixing what was getting broken within the limits of the contracts as it stood.
Okay, no, thanks. I'm just worried. I mean, some other company need also opportunities.
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm seeing a hand from that gentleman.
So it will advertise well in routine route maintenance for the grade 1 and the grade 2. Because of I carry mostly advertiser every year for grade 1s and grade 2. Excuse me.
I don't understand. I don't understand what you mean, because that
routine route maintenance, I carry like lens subcontracting for my grade 1 and my grade 2.
Yes.
But then you still advertise.
No, because the contract is gonna end end of financial year, which is 31 March 2025.
31. So for the year 2023, 2024.
We had those ones that I showed at the beginning. Those are our subcontractors.
The 24, 25. So we'll be waiting for next year.
31 March. Yeah.
Oh,
So now,
March.
yeah. So 31 March 2025. That's when this contract ends, and then that's when we're gonna reappoint. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Tabang. Letu, you look like you wanted to say something. You're okay. Okay. No, thank you very much, everyone. I think we are now approaching the end of our session. We had initially invited colleagues that are dealing with, oh, there's a hand. Oh, ma'am, I think your hand has to do with CIDB. The gentleman was referred to you. Did he come to you? Okay, you know what I'll do? I will give you his number. He requested that I also, give whoever will require his number. Do we have any questions that relates to Sanral? Okay, I think we are coming to the end of our session. We have, in fact, I was going to say, we have in fact invited colleagues in Sanral that are dealing with transformation. They were to do a presentation that relates to pre-tender training. So since we've indicated that we will be coming to the municipality to do information sessions regarding this project, as we will be getting closer to construction, we will request them to come and assist SMMEs with pre-tender training through a service provider that they have appointed called JECA. Maybe most of you may know JECA. So that is what we are going to do. As we are closing, I'll request the MMC to come and do the closing remarks. I don't know as to whether you want to do an announcement, Octavia, or should I give it to the MMC? Okay, thank you very much. Over to you, MMC.
No, thank you very much, Ndadeskun. I'm going to be brief, but precise to the point. Because there are fundamental issues that were raised earlier on by SMMEs. And maybe I was alleviate your fears as local SMMEs. We have made Sanral to take an undertaking that but at least information lead the advert, because we have made a commitment to them, or we have contested with them to say most of the time contractors I can give a grade 7 level 9 that is good, and I believe we've got those particular individuals in our locality. It can't be always that contractors are from Free State, Limpopo, Gauteng, Mpumalanga, and so forth. So there must be transparency as raised by the Democrat. So that, including when, even though the contractor comes from Free State, but the subcontractor must be from local. Because most of the subcontractors are from Gauteng or Limpopo, Free State, or from where they come from. And it can't be business as usual. Now, in terms of our operation, is that we must level the playground. We have done so in our previous engagement last week. And we'll continue to engage with them to make sure that beneficiations benefit the relevant people within the jurisdiction of JB Marks local municipality. But in the same breath, let me take this opportunity to thank you all for availing yourself to come to this session. Ha re ka se ra dira dilo ka go tshwanela ra gona le mathata re di-project tse di stopiwe, ha re batle gore go nne le ba re bitsang di-extensionists le di-construction mafias like over Eastern Cape le go Gauteng, ba teng ra ba bona ba batla go itlhagisa mara ba itse re ba tla ka mold ofeng. Now if re bua dilo re le ba rotlhe, because also the other thing ke ya database, go lanta tla butse ka database gore database create a problem, because bontsi ba di SMMEs are not there. Now it will create problems gore ka sa ne in the question ba ba tsentse ka panana and so forth. Ha re batle dilo tse di yalo, ha go ai adverting, everybody apply fairly, submit how jile like Vito buila ra ai lo re create ke osi. Let's accept ke ngwana mo ga ya ke re batla yalo. Ha ke tswalla ke file le marapo gore ke announce gore gona le sengwenyana se se rulagantswe sa go ya Montshung. Go na le dijonyana bagolo le ska la tsa mafela le sa tsa dijo gore ka ntla gore tlhotse fa gore e re ba ba nang chronic medication ba kgone go nwa dipilisi sentle. Ke lebogile le tsamaeng sentle modimo a letse gantle ke a leboga.